The problem is we're all rushed, jammed up. People expect a lot from us today. There are things that get in our way. We don't have time to deal with this nuisance. But realistic, if we invest a little bit of time, we might actually have an incredibly productive employee. Now, one of the things you also have to be aware of is that when you're dealing with difficult people, they may not be difficult, they may actually be different. You ever met some just different people? I'm sorry, we're in Florida. There's some different people out there, aren't there? You meet them every day. Differences, however, don't have to mean difficulties if you handle it correctly. As a matter of fact, I was in the computer industry for almost 10 years. I am a low-tech guy in a high-tech world. Honestly, I don't get it. I walked in the very first day as a manager to turn around a sales department in a computer company that sold cables, connectors, and networking. You know, if Al Gore actually invented the internet, I wired it. We're selling cables, connectors, networking. I looked at these technical people, and I have to say, the first thought that went through my mind is, man, they're a little weird. But then I came, after 2 weeks, dealing with them and trying to get them to become me. I got to do something about these people way too tight. They need to loosen up a little bit. I tried to work on changing them, but for 2 weeks, and I efforted, but now in the end of 2 weeks, I suddenly realized, gee, if I make them all just like me, now none of us know what's going on. So from that moment, I learned how to appreciate the difference and utilize the difference, because it takes, in order to make a team, you're going to have diversity. And not everybody's going to like each other and work together, but the key is we've got to have one common goal. And that's one of the important things you have to have with difficult people. Constant feedback on what that goal is. Do you ever sit in a evaluation program, or you give that evaluation once or twice a year, and you're sitting there with the employee, and they start, before you even get to start, you sit down and they go, oh, let me tell you real quick, I do my job, and I do my job well. And you're thinking, yeah, based on whose standards? And that'd be a good question, isn't it? Based on whose standards? Have we really clearly written what I like to call a statement of excellence? Have we really written a statement that says exactly what these people need to achieve for success? Or have we somehow assumed they know what they should be doing? Have things changed during the period of time, and we somehow assume that they keep up with all the changes going along and they're still able to focus on their job? And there's a certain amount of responsibility that is on their shoulders, no question about it, but we're the leaders. It's our job to bring them along. It's our job to encourage them to come along. No, I'm not your buddy and your friend, and I'll never be your buddy and your friend in work. I think that sometimes gets in your way. But I will be your ally, and I will be your support system, because that is my job as a leader, is to support those who do the real work by keeping them on track with where the end result needs to be. So I write a clear statement of excellence and make sure that everybody in that organization understands exactly what excellence looks like. And you'll see that'll be a motivating factor as well, because people are motivated when they understand what happens.